Hello, my name's Ronaldo. If you've ever been underestimated, robbed, or pushed to your limit and wished you could serve justice with your own two hands, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real-life revenge stories, and buckle in, because this one is personal. So it started like any other restless night. You ever have one of those weeks where you're so drained that your body sleeps, but your brain just won't shut off? Yeah. That was me. I hadn't really slept in days, just collapsed in bursts, drifting between anxiety and exhaustion. Work was hell. Rent was late. My '95 Honda Civic was barely holding together, and the city I lived in? A magnet for car thieves. Especially guys who hunted old Hondas for parts like vultures circling dying prey. So that night, when I heard the sound of an engine trying to turn over, it wasn't just background noise. My eyes flew open. I knew that sound. It was my Civic's sputtering cough. The kill switch I had installed? It was working. The engine wouldn't start. But someone was in my car. I launched out of bed. No shoes. No shirt. Just adrenaline and fear as raw as a fresh wound. I didn't think. I didn't plan. I ran. It was 3:11 a.m. when I burst out the front door, barefoot on cold cement. I stood on the porch in nothing but my boxers, every nerve in my body buzzing like an exposed wire. The dome light in the Civic was on. Two silhouettes sat inside, fumbling, panicking. And that's when I shouted. Hey! What the fuck are you doing? My voice echoed like a shotgun blast. Deep. Angry. Animalistic. They froze for half a second, just long enough for me to realize. They were kids. Teenagers. Maybe 20, tops. But the second I saw one of them look back at me with wide, terrified eyes, I felt something else rise up inside me. Not fear. Rage. I had nothing, man. That Civic was the only thing I owned outright. It was how I got to work. It was where I sometimes napped when the apartment was too loud or too cold. And they were trying to take it from me. I watched them scramble out of the car like roaches. One of them tripped. The other shouted something I didn't catch. They bolted down the street, gone. Or so I thought. My roommates came running down the stairs seconds later, one of them still zipping his hoodie, the other carrying a baseball bat like he meant it. James, the quiet one, just stepped onto the porch holding a skateboard like a shield. I didn't even have to say a word. We just knew. The Civic sat there with its door wide open. My steering column was cracked. The wires were exposed. And then, less than 5 minutes later, we heard it again. Another engine turning over. But this time, it wasn't my car. Across the street, parked a few feet away from my Civic, was another Honda. And this one was rumbling to life. 3 figures sat inside. One of them, probably the same thief from before, rolled down the window and shouted, "Yo! That's my car, man. We're just trying to leave." It was so brazen I almost laughed. My heart was still pounding in my chest, but something changed in that moment. I looked at my roommates, then back at them. And I yelled, "No, that's my car now. You hear me? Mine." For a second, there was silence. Just cold air, adrenaline, and the thrum of stolen horsepower. Then I saw it the moment it clicked in their eyes. They believed me. 3 guys in pajamas. One barefoot. One with a bat. One with a skateboard. And one furious lunatic claiming ownership of their stolen vehicle like he meant it. They freaked. Okay, man," one of them mumbled, and they all bailed out of the car like it was on fire. Gone again. That's when the revenge truly began. I didn't even realize what I had done until the cops showed up. Turns out that Honda they were sitting in wasn't theirs. Of course it wasn't. It was stolen. And I had just unknowingly stopped another car theft in progress by accident.
The police ran the VIN. They contacted the original owner. Apparently, the car had been missing for 3 weeks. And just like that, I didn't just stop my car from being stolen. I helped return someone else's. But it wasn't enough. Because something inside me had changed. Over the next few weeks, I couldn't stop thinking about it. What if I hadn't woken up? What if I hadn't heard the engine? What if these punks had gotten away and sold my Civic for parts before sunrise? I was tired of being prey. Tired of being poor. Tired of living like the world could just pick me apart, piece by piece. So I started watching. Learning. Asking questions. I joined a few local car forums. Started reading up on common theft patterns. I even found a community of amateur vigilantes who tracked stolen vehicles, cross-referencing footage from home security systems and social media posts. It became an obsession. And then, 3 weeks later, I saw him. Same hoodie. Same limp. He was walking through my neighborhood like he owned it. I snapped a photo. Followed him at a distance. Eventually, he ducked into a beat-up garage with a half-rolled door. Inside? At least 4 cars in various states of disassembly. I reported it. But cops moved slow. So I went a step further. I took a day off work. Got my Civic detailed. Waxed. Spotless. Then I parked it right outside the same alley where I'd seen him. And waited. I had a GoPro hidden under the dash. A backup cam wired to a portable recorder. A dummy GPS tracker loaded with bait data. 2 days later, they bit. He broke in. And this time? He brought friends. But the kill switch held. And the moment he popped the trunk, he found a note. Smile. You're on camera. And we know everything. The police showed up that night with a warrant. They found VIN-stamped parts from over a dozen stolen vehicles, including one belonging to a woman who'd been carjacked at gunpoint 6 months earlier. And the guy I caught? He'd already been arrested 3 times for auto theft. This time? He wasn't walking. Not for a long, long time. I still drive that Civic. It's got battle scars. New locks. A better kill switch. And one hell of a story etched into every dent and scratch. But more than that? It's a reminder that even when the world tries to take everything from you, sometimes, the best revenge is taking everything back. They thought they could rip me off and disappear into the night. But they underestimated just how far I'd go to defend what's mine. If you've ever been the underdog, if you've ever wished you could flip the script and take justice into your own hands, this story's for you. Like, subscribe, and share this if you've ever been underestimated and came back swinging.